things right away is see how much your hands are moving. You actually re-grip to a whole different grip to what you started out in. So let's get you starting with that grip right there. Okay? So that's something too, where every once in a while that ball kind of slide out of your hands.
Okay.
What ends up happening sometimes, you actually start making your pull before your hands are already set on the ball. So then that's where it'll just kind of slide out of your hands because you don't actually have control of it. The other thing too, let's get that ball squared up right away. So that ball being tipped out like that is because you're bringing that right elbow up. So now your hands are moving, you have to drive that right elbow back down, which is then, see how now you really have to twist and turn that elbow back in. You know, so it starts to square the ball up a little bit. But it's too little too late that ball stays tipped out, ends up kind of starting out towards that right side, and then having to swing across a little bit. And then see how that ball's angled now? So you're going from being too far up, so the ball's off to your left, that now you drive it through, the ball actually lays off the other way. So we want to get you squared up right away, get that ball down the middle. That's something too, guys, when you're snapping by yourselves or wherever you're at, you know, especially out in the field, snap on a T intersection. It's very, very simple, right? Toes are on this line. Try to get the same distance from that middle line. Put the football right there. That ball should track straight down that line to your target. Because as soon as you're pulling left to right, wasted time, wasted energy. Now we have to get back to the middle. It's going to be too hard. It's not going to be as consistent as you want it to be. So we'll get you squared up. Get that ball down the middle. Get those elbows down the middle. Work on pulling straight back. Much better job having that ball kind of tip forward a little bit more. I think that already kind of helped you not having to scrape the turf. So we'll keep working that, and let's get that hand set in that same spot. You try to control with the fingertips a little bit. You get that ball in the palm of your hand as you go to release it. See how the hands just kind of come off the ball there, and now you rotate at the end. You get exactly where I want you to get to. Palms are out, rotation, bam, straight down the barrel of the gun. It's just that the fact that your palms are on the ball there, you don't get that nice roll off the fingertips to really drive that football. And then that's where that ball just stays low on you. So, biggest thing I want to work on with you, we'll see from the side, is we got to get that chest puffed up. See how you're really bent with your elbows there? It's because your chest is coming down towards the ground. So basically, you can have that same spot, but now extend the arms, and they'll actually bring the chest away from the turf. Does that make sense? Because now we'll get that back flat. Because again, if you're already crunched, well, I can't crunch anymore. I don't get that power to really drive into my snap. So we'll get that back flat, separate the shoulders from the knees or shoulders from the turf, whatever helps you think about it. Get those elbows inside, hand set, just work on pulling straight down that line. Does that make sense?